At WATC, we want our students to have a positive experience when accessing our internet systems for the first time. As a faculty member, you will now be responsible for facilitating the first-time login process for students in your class. The following short presentation will demonstrate the process of the first-time login. The first step will be to guide students as they access the internet. As you guide your students to access the internet for the purpose of accessing WATC systems, it will be important that you inform them of the different capabilities of common web browsers. A web browser is a software application for retrieving, presenting, and traversing information resources on the web. You're probably already familiar with several web browsers, such as Firefox, Google Chrome, and Internet Explorer. In order to access WATC systems with the fewest possibilities of errors and the best ease of use, please encourage your students to use either Firefox or Chrome when accessing the internet. Typically, Firefox yields the best results for systems like MyWATC and Blackboard Learn. Oftentimes, when students encounter error messages online, it's due to an outdated or ineffective web browser. This can be avoided if students get in the habit of using an improved web browser. To access the internet, have students click on the web browser icon from their desktop. For demonstration purposes, today we will be using Firefox, which is the recommended browser of choice for WATC students. You will now be guiding your students to access the WATC website. Prompt your students to type the URL watc.edu into the navigation bar at the top of their page. When they hit enter, they will be redirected to the WATC homepage. The next step will be to introduce students to the MyWATC student portal. As you know, they will use MyWATC to access a plethora of information and systems while attending the college. To access MyWATC, students will simply click on the MyWATC logo at the top right-hand corner of the WATC homepage. The final step to facilitating the first-time login process is to guide students as they change their WATC password from the generic one assigned to them to a secure password of their choosing. Prompt students to click on the link under the login box that says First-Time Login. Students will be taken to a screen that asks them to enter their WATC username. Students should enter their username and click Next. Then the student will be prompted to enter their birthday. Ask the student to click the box that says Show Characters to ensure they are entering the digits of their birth date in the correct format, 2-digit month, 2-digit date, and 4-digit year. Once the students correctly enter their birth date, they should click Next. Students will now be asked to provide the last 4 digits of their Social Security number. If they do not know this information, they can skip this screen by clicking Next. At this point, students will be selecting a secure password for their WATC account. The acceptable criteria for passwords is listed to the right of the screen. As the students type their new password, they will notice a green light appear next to each criterion as they meet it. Students' new passwords must meet at least 8 of the password criterion in order to be accepted. Please encourage students to use a password they will easily remember. It's a good idea for them to write their password down and store it in a safe, accessible location so they can remind themselves what it is. When the password created by the student sufficiently meets the criteria set forth, they should hit Enter. They will then receive a message that this process has been successful.